It's really been a whole month? Freedom and beauty to everyone. I am the Technomage, and oh wow! The last Manganime news video that I uploaded was a whole month ago. And what a month has it been? I've been really busy. I barely had time to finish my review of The Mandalorian Season 3. But I'm back, so let's catch up with everything I didn't talk about. So to begin with, Ginka and Ryuna finished with chapter 29, and Tokyo Demon Bride's story also ended with chapter 29. We had to say goodbye to both of those series, but we're getting two new series right now. On the week of April 12th, on issue number 20, we had the first of the four new series, Tenmaku Cinema, the story about a young cinema lover who gets possessed by the spirit of a very talented screenwriter, and now they want to make a movie. I read the first two chapters of the series and then decided to drop it because it's just not my taste, honestly. And also, Ishigoki is Under Control ended with chapter 19, which means Ichigoki is the first one of the previous four new series to go. We're left with Fabricant 100, Cypher Academy, and Ishinoseke, which are doing well for now. I think Fabricant 100 maybe will last a little bit longer than just 19 chapters, but I'm not sure. Cypher Academy, I hope it lasts a lot longer, and especially also Ishinoseke. Now, issues 21, 22. Last week, Shonen Jump was on break. There was no new chapter. I think only one series that I follow received a new chapter, but not from the ones in the printed version of the Shonen Jump. And that week, 2 weeks ago, for issue number 21, we had the second of the four new series, Kill Blue, Kiru Ao, which I love. It's so fun. It's like Assassination Classroom mixed with Sakamoto Days mixed with Detective Conan. It's a legendary hitman who is in his 40s and due to a drug gets rejuvenated to his middle school years, and it's so good. At least for now. I hope it stays this interesting and that it lasts a long while. I really hope so. And now, finally caught up with issue number 23 for this Sunday. This Sunday, they. Ooh, what happened? Why is Cypher Academy here? I've been following. I followed Cypher Academy. Last chapter was really good. Well, actually, no wait. The chapter before that one was better, but the last one had way too much conversation. In all honesty, but still good. Why is it? It doesn't deserve to be here. I can tell at least that Cypher Academy's last chapter was better than Fabricant 100 last chapter. This should not be like this, and Ishinoseke is still in position 8. It used to be that it was always it, but we have Tenmaku Cinema and Kill Blue occupying spaces without a proper numeration. And this Sunday we will have Dore Try the third of the four new series, which do retried by Jun Kirarasaka, starts this Sunday. A scrappy young war orphan refuses to stay down. I think I'm going to like this one. It reminds me of that short story arc from Hajime no Ippo, where Old Man Kamogawa and Old Man Nikota told their stories of when they were young men in post-war Japan, and they were amateur boxers. I think I'm going to enjoy this one. Well, what better way of coming back to this Manganime news with some statistics, namely the weekly Oricon ranking. Now, I have the 3 weeks of Oricon that Shonen Jump News unofficial. Remember to follow them on Twitter. They always just talk about 3 weeks of Oricon. Well, here we have Oricon 100 with its first volume, Ginka and Ryuna with its third volume, I think it says there, and Tokyo Demon Bright Story with volume 2. And here there's also PPP that has been, well, it was a a founding member on my Manganime news videos of the usual suspects in the danger zone. And well, oh, and Ishigaki is under control. It didn't even rank. Oof. Tokyo Demon Bright Story, Genka and Ryuna that are already cancelled. First week, not ranking. Their sales were not statistically relevant. And here we have some estimations. 4100 sold little over 5,000 copies. Tokyo Demon Bright Story, almost 4,000. Genka and Ryuna, 2,500. Ishigaki is under control. Didn't rank, not even an estimation. It did that bad. And Fahrenheit 100 may be next, because for the second week, Ishigaki is still ranked. Now, Tokyo Demon Bright Story, Ginka and Ryuna. Now, all of this don't rank. This does not look good for Fahrenheit 100 and Ishigaki. Whereas PPP, Volume 7, now it doesn't rank. Now it is estimated to have sold 18,000 copies. Now, look over here with the Elusive Samurai, which is doing quite well. This is volume 10. Elusive Samurai, first week it sold 35,000 copies. Week number 2, 10 more thousand. Just an estimation, it did not rank. The only ones that are still ranking are Witch Watch, Mashal, and Sakamoto Days. On the third week, Sakamoto Days is not ranking, Mashal is not ranking, Witch Watch is not ranking, and the rest not ranking. These are very poor results. I mean, Sakamoto Days is supposed to be very, very popular. It's always on this side of the table of contents. How come it's selling so little? Well, I can't believe it from Mashal, because Mashal never did that well in the table of contents for as long as I can remember. But still, we can see now why Tokyo Demon Bright Story and Ginka and Ryuna got cancelled. P6 also got cancelled, and Fabric 100 that Ichigaki is under control got cancelled. Fabric 100, it seems you're next. Now here is a more in-depth analysis by Oregon. Here are the top 50 manga per series in sales for a whole year from November 2021 to November of last year. You may remember that it was around November. You may remember that, remember that the Weekly Shonen Jump started numerating their table of contents, their issues, from number one. I suppose it's related to that. Anyway, these are the top 50 in sales for individual series. And Jujutsu Kaisen is the great winner of 2022 with over 2 million copies in sales. Now there are here some spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. No, it was from 5 to 5. And I want to focus here in one in particular series, War Trigger. Now I'm going to move here so you can see the other 25. Here's the list. Now these are Oregon 2022 top 50 manga per series. Now let's see per volumes. And here's the difference, because Oregon tracks individual physical copies, printed copies, not online sales. Now, I said I wanted to focus on War Trigger. Here is War Trigger volume number 24. It sold 500,000 copies, and volume number 25, little down 500,000 copies during 2022. Want to move here so you can see the other, all the 200, top 200. Anyway, why did I decided to focus on War Trigger? I'm going to explain that a little bit later. Now, there's also the Shoseki ranking, which tracks overall sales in a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Here are the first day of Shoseki for May volumes. That's last month. First day, Blue Box is first place. Undead Unlock is in 10, it closes the top 10. P6 is in number 16, Cypher Academy in number 21, and Tokyo Demon Bright Story in number 65. Now, second day, we have a huge drop. Tokyo Demon Bright Story almost tripled its position from 65 to 167. Cypher Academy also almost doubled its position, but at least it's still inside the top 50. Oh yes, there is no third day yet. But check this. I think this is volume 2 of Cypher Academy. So it seems that Cypher Academy is doing much better than at least Fabricant 100. Which puts me at ease, because I don't want Cypher Academy to end just yet. So please, Cypher Academy, do well. Because we have series like P6 that, with all of its 8 volumes, reach 500,000 copies in circulation. This series that never, for as long as I can remember, never was positioned above top 10 in the table of contents in the printing order, was allowed to reach 8 volumes, so at least it sold enough. Whereas other series have not that kind of luck. The female president of A New Employee Will Be XXXX in 100 Days by Suzuo has been officially terminated after 8 months of absence. At Shonen Jump Plus app, the editorial states The decision comes after considering the mangaka's health condition and approval. So Suzuo, the author of the series, agreed that it was better to just terminate his their series to preserve their health. And as I've said before, many times, being a manga artist in Japan is a very health hazardous job. Now, this series has been in absence from the mobile app for 8 months. This is the termination notice. This is the indefinite hiatus notice from August from last year. So yes, 8 months of absence. Remember, and here I want to go back to War Trigger because War Trigger is a series that I follow. First, I watched the first season, the anime adaptation, and then I started following reading the manga, I think. And at the beginning, War Trigger was a weekly series. And then the author got sick and War Trigger entered a 2 year hiatus. Then the author recovered recovered enough, so they continue with the series in a weekly format for a few weeks, and then it changed to a monthly issued basis, which maintains to this day. 2 years in hiatus, and luckily the author decided to continue working. And thank you for it because Word Trigger is amazing. This one could not continue. And series like Aharen-san, by Asatomisu, actually, I think it ended when the author wanted it to end, with in chapter 167 and with 15 volumes. And I say I think because I mean Aharen-san, I think it was popular. It was from the just from the Shonen Jump Plus app, so it doesn't appear in the printing order in the table of contents. What I'm trying to say is, honestly, if you follow a series, you just get lucky. If your favorite series is allowed to continue, or if it just manages to continue, because it may be popular at the beginning. I don't know how popular this series was because I think I've never seen it in my version of Shonen Jump Plus app. I think it hasn't been translated to English. I think I may be wrong, but so I don't know how popular this series was. It, because even if your series, the series you follow, the series you like is popular, the author might be, it may maybe not be popular enough to continue, and it will be cut short, like we just saw with Ishigoki. Maybe 4100 is next. We already saw it with these two. Maybe the author will get sick and won't be able to continue, and the series will have to be terminated. Maybe the author will get sick, but will still be able to continue with its work, like it happened with War Trigger. Let's hope that Rudy Dragon will also continue and it will not be terminated like this series. And let's hope that the series that you like will will end when the author deems it should end, like in the case of Aharen-san. And then we have series like Words and Harem by Lin and Kotaro Shono that reach 9 million copies in circulation for the entire series. A series that is just about asses and titties. I mean, like this user writes here, this series it was practically OnlyFans. It was just asses and titties, and it reaches 9 million copies in circulation for the entire series. That's just unfair. But anyway, that's the manga business. And I'm going to leave it up to here. This is the Technomage signing off. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.